$1.80 for gas, you gotta be kidding me. Holy, just keeps going up. There are a lot of reasons why I love running slow, why I love the Maffetone method. You know why Zone 2 is so awesome compared to literally running fast all the time. If you've got weight to lose, or if you're just coming back to the sport after a prolonged period of time off, or back from an injury, or you're taking the sport up for the first time. Here are some of my personal favorites of running slow that I've gathered over the last 5 years. It's so much gentler on your body. One thing I found when I started running slow, it wasn't sore. Yeah, I was a little bit stiff after, a run, but I wasn't like downright absolutely crazy sore. It wasn't like I was dealing with lactate, right? Wasn't dealing with all the buildup from, high intensity running. These easy miles were easy. And because I found them easy, they were, go to the next one, it was enjoyable. Okay, let me tell you a story. So when I was in, high school, my gym teacher, phys ed teacher, he would turn around and he would make people run laps if they were late for class. So I was like, okay, whatever. I was late for class more than once, and I had to do laps. And because I had to do laps, I used it as training. I'm like, I don't want to sit in the class all day and, do boring stuff. I didn't want to play dodgeball or floor hockey or some of these other weird things that, that they would arrange. Yeah, there was other things like weightlifting and, health education and stuff. But I just found peace when I was out on the track, when I was out in the field. I was a cross-country runner for a period of time. And I won a couple in my younger days. But, I used it as training and not as a punishment. Because if I use it as a punishment, I wouldn't be happy about it. And if I wasn't happy, it would be torturous. So here's a weird story for you. I was running on this road one day, and I was running a slow run, right on the side of the road here, and I had a car coming up towards me, and instead of like moving over and waving, he would not move over, and I got forced way over. Like, he came so close to, like, he veered towards me, and he honked his horn really loud, like on it for like, I don't know, quite a few seconds, and he flipped me the bird. And I was like, what the heck? You must be having a bad day or something. And anyways, then, after that, it was fine, whatever. And then a couple of weeks later, I was out doing the same run on a different road, and I was just really slow, just kind of like, I don't know, just running slow. And he did the exact same thing. And this, he must have been local, or he must have been a commuter, or whatever. But somehow I encountered him like, I don't know, a good handful of times. And every time it was the same. And then one day, I was running up a hill, doing hill repeats, and here's the same flipping guy coming down the hill in the same car. I recognized it, and I got over, and I was sprinting, and I was looking at him, and this time he was waving at me, giving me the thumbs up, honking like beep, 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 like a happy thing. Then there was another day I was out running, I was doing a tempo run, and I'm hauling ass, just like grimacing on my face. And he drove by. This time, he had the windows down, it was summer, and he was honking his horn happy again, going, right on, man, go fast, go fast. No pain, no gain, that's the only way to do it. I'm like, what the heck? I never saw him again after that. And it's been 2 years. So one day, hopefully he'll stop and I'll ask him. Because it was really weird. And anyways, that's my crazy story about running in the last couple of years. Oh, and I gotta slow down because I'm going downhill and I'm going way too fast. Just kind of talking to the camera. So. Now, something else I really find amazing and I love about running slow is, I'm not hurting my joints. And it allows me to keep the injuries at bay. I'm not going to say that it's going to keep all the injuries away. I mean, I could trip, I could fall, I could twist an ankle on a curb or uneven ground, whatever it is. The thing is running slow allows you to pay so much more attention to what's going on with your body, where you're stepping, as opposed to when I'm running fast. Because when I'm running fast, all I'm paying attention to is my pace. What pace am I at? Am I on track? Am I on whatever? And while there is a time and place for that, I don't know. I don't think it's in the base building period. It can come later when I can get on a track or go on a road that's much quieter than where I am right now. When I was training for my ultra marathon and my marathons, one thing that always stood out for me was, if I'm going to achieve this goal, I have to have consistency. So, since I enjoyed the aspect of running, I was avoiding injuries, it allowed me to have what the third thing is that I really love, is consistency. Because with the consistency, I was able to string together multiple days of running. I mean, I'm not talking like 4 times a week. I'm talking 7 days a week, right? Slow miles. And it allowed me to build up over time. Like, this didn't happen overnight. I had to slowly work my way there. And by slowly working my way into a position of running every day, and I was running slow, my body wasn't necessarily under the amount of stress and strain when I'm running fast. Now, that doesn't mean that you should ignore rest days. I'm not saying that at all. Rest days are super important, specifically as we age. But I was younger then, and I just had this so focused goal of running 50 miles. That's all I could think about. So It was enjoyable. I stayed injury-free. I strung together all these days of running, and because, going up a hill now, and because I had the discipline. Okay, hopefully you can hear me. The wind is really loud right now, so I'm gonna try to get rid of all the wind in my editing using a new program that eliminates all of the wind and background noise. Specifically when I was like on ice, I've been using it because you get that crunching sound. So anyways, hopefully this is gonna work. But now, because I was able to string all these days together, right? I was keeping away from the injuries. I had the consistency, building up mileage. What started to happen was I started to get faster at the same low heart rate. Now, here's the thing. That was one of my goals in using the Maffetone method, but it worked so well in my ultra marathon training. I was very surprised, to be quite honest, that I could achieve the results that I was getting. And because I was achieving those goals, the other thing that I loved so much about was I could go for these longer runs, like 2-hour runs, 3-hour runs, or even an hour run, whatever. And I wasn't hungry, right? I wasn't hungry after a run because I was building an aerobic base by burning my fat, right? I was teaching my body to use the fat that I had on me as my primary source while I was running. Because I was running so slow, I was in that sweet spot, burn fat as fuel. So it taught my body to be very fat adapted. And I dropped the weight. It was amazing. I loved it. Now, because I was loving it, right? I was seeing results, right, in my speed, but I also started to see the results in my physical body. And then I was like, you know, this is pretty outstanding. This is amazing. I feel good about my appearance. I feel good. I'm getting faster. I feel good that I'm not injured. I feel good that I'm consistent. I feel good that I'm running longer, building up some pretty amazing miles in my legs. And so this leads to 3 things that absolutely flabbergasted me after using this method. The fact that I didn't need to eat breakfast to be able to go out and fuel my run was just awesome. And I think there's a lot of new runners that think that they have to eat before they go out for a run. But anyways, that was something I learned. Second thing was, man, I was able to fast. I was able to fast for 7 days, for 14 days, water fast, just making sure I have my electrolytes. And the thing is, I forced my body to learn how to burn fat. And I'll tell you, it was amazing. I lost weight. Okay, so I may have lost a little bit of muscle, but I did gain it back, I'm assuming, because I'm stronger for it. And I listened to all of these doctors who talk about fasting, Dr. Fung specifically, and I was like, wow, I didn't know I could go out and do our 2-hour run fasted. Like, that's crazy. Like, look, I'm no doctor, so don't do as I do. It's just for entertainment purposes. Take it however you wish. But that's something I did. And I got faster, each run that I did for 2 weeks just by burning my own fat. Like, 'cause that's really all I had to burn. Specifically all day, every day. Just by running slow. Pretty amazing. The third thing that just floored me was how much happier I was. I mean, I was able to sleep uninterrupted, good quality sleep. I was happier throughout the day. I felt Olympic. Now, cardiac drift is something that a lot of people don't talk about, but my cardiac drift started to move further and further into my run, meaning I was able to run further at the same low heart rate, but be able to push out further along the line. How far, like, at what point I started to slow down. Okay, drinking lots of fluids is a big factor, but so is training. And the miles I was putting in, consistency I was putting in, I was building a monster aerobic base by running slow. And in doing that, to be able to run those further distances, it wasn't as discouraging as it was when I started. It was just flipping amazing. And I'm getting right back to it. I mean, it is windy. I'm kind of sheltered right at the moment, but those trees are blowing like crazy. Right? See? All right. Heart rate's coming back down, which is a good thing. But the headwind I'm going to be running in, it's going to be tough. Okay, I don't like this headwind though. Oh man. All that sand from the ground is like whipping my body and it hurts. Ah. This is the fountain of youth, in my opinion. Run slow, get fast, build the life that you want. Like I always say, get out and run. See you on the next one.